own words.
Integrity is doing what's right, even when nobody is watching you.
All right now. All right now. Doing what's right, even when no one is watching you. You know, what's in a name? When somebody calls Shantae Collins' name out there, just anywhere, just out in Walmart or whatever, and people know her, what's in her name? What will come after somebody say, yeah, I know Shantae Collins. Now, what's going to follow after her name? You know what I'm saying? What's in a name? David Borges. What's in a name? Yeah, I know David. Yeah, David a pretty good dude, man. You know me and David. You better stay away from David. I'm telling you, man. What's in a name? And this speaks volume about your name, who you are, integrity. Somebody defined it, Sam. You said you defined it as, hey, when no one is watching, what are you doing? How are you responding? How are you acting? How do you treat people? Are you honest? Are you fair with people? Do you treat people the way they want to be treated? Do you treat people the way you want to be treated? Talking about integrity. You know what? I'm going to say this and then go to number 2. Your integrity, it takes a while to build that thing. To build a good reputation. It takes a while to build it. Guess how long it takes to tear it down? Okay. I mean, split second. You could be done worked on your rep for years, and in a couple of moments, you can shatter it. Integrity. 5 reasons why your mouth and your hands should be in agreement about your integrity. When people say that hey, Gino said he's going to be over here at 5 o'clock today. If something comes up and Gino can't be over here at 5 o'clock today, what do you think Gino is going to do in reference to not being there at 5 o'clock today? There you go. That's integrity. You ever been anybody say they're going to be somewhere or do something for you and don't show up at all and you looking like, really? Really? I mean, don't call, don't show up. Don't you know that's messing with your integrity? Integrity. 5 reasons why your mouth and your hands should be in agreement. And number 2, trust and reliability. In the skit, those of you that came in just a few minutes late this evening, Monica and I did a skit. And it was on these items here. This was a huge factor in our skit. Trust and reliability. Trust and reliability. Can I trust my husband to do what he say he's going to do? Can I rely on my wife to do what she say she's going to do? Trust and reliability. Trust and reliability. Can I count on you? If I can't count on you, no one else can. I need to know that I can count on you. When others let me down, that's one thing. But when you let me down, that cuts a little deeper. Because you my mate, you my wife, you my husband. Listen, I can deal with people out there in the street. A lot of times they just tell me any old thing anyway. I can deal with that. But when it comes to our mate, our significant other, that one that you're real, that one that's closer to you than anybody else, you want to make sure. And if there are issues, it happens. We had our share. Oh, Lord Jesus. We had our share, trust and reliability. But we can't, Pastor just said, you can't fix if someone says, I don't want to be with you. We ain't never said that. Never said that. No matter what's going on, we got issues, but it can be fixed as long as both of you want to fix it. As long as both of you want to fix it. This may not be in place, but it can be in place. It has to be in place in order for the relationship to flourish. In order for the relationship.
Know people, we really should get to know people. Just to be in a relationship. I got a few cars in the yard. Every one of them can make it to the local store up the street.
Okay.
I would trust every one of them in my yard to go to the store.
Okay.
And certain one, if I gotta go to Detroit, It's only one or two of them that I'm going to Detroit. I can trust every one of them to go to the Dollar General.
Gotcha.
Any one of them, fine.
Good point.
But Detroit,
Very
I
good.
got you.
Very good.
Yeah.
your spouse should be Detroit.
Detroit. That's it.
Because of the long haul and the short haul.
That's right. And if he or she is not Detroit, you still together, you can make it be Detroit. Well, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Exactly. I'm not gonna stand up here and tell y'all that me and Mark have always had it right, because we have. I don't know nobody that has, and if you know, please point them out to me. Look, you gonna have ups and downs, but stick to the plan. Stick with God. Stick with God in your relationship. Things will eventually come together. You just got to work it. Just got to continuously work it. You know, if I wanted to go to Atlanta tonight, but I don't have a vehicle, I only got you. I'll leave tonight, but I probably won't make it there tonight. But eventually, if I just keep doing this, Mr. and Mrs. Hill, eventually, I'm going to end up in Atlanta. And that's what I'm saying. You hold on. Yeah, issues, problems, all that. Yes, just hold on and keep going in the direction, though, of where you're trying to be. Just stay, because the race is not given to the swift nor to the strong, but to him that endureth to the end. Let's look at respect right quick. Respect. Men, we've talked about wanting and needing respect. I think in our last session, I talked about, or the session before that, we talked about men needing respect, women needing to feel love. Husbands, love your wives. Men want to feel that they are respected by their wives. It's hard to respect someone who doesn't respect themselves. It's hard to respect someone who doesn't respect themselves enough to follow through on what they say. How can Monica respect me if I don't respect myself enough to do what I say I'm going to do? How can she respect me like she's supposed to if I just blurt out stuff but never follow through on what I'm blurting out? In other words, she at work wondering is when she get home if the water don't come on. Because I said I was going to pay. She's wondering if J-Man is at the house because I said I was going to get back in time enough to pick him up from school. I told her I was going to do that. And then, now the fact that I didn't call her, she's thinking he done went to school and he done got J-Man. But J-Man over there sitting on the curb, sucking on the popsicle. And Dad ain't nowhere around. Dad ain't nowhere around.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Dad ain't nowhere around. And now, Monica wondering what's up with that. So now the next time when it's time for me to pick up J-Man, you know what? I got it. How can she respect me as the man of the house? I'm the man. There's a certain expectation that goes along with being the man of the house. So if I can't live up to that, it's kind of hard for her to. If a woman got to make herself respect you, it don't come naturally. Think about this, y'all stay with me. If she got to make herself, got to put it on a post-it note, Shantae, and remind herself on the dashboard. And when she get to work, she got it all on her monitor. Make sure I respect Ray Ray. Make sure I respect my husband. She come home, it's all on the refrigerator. She is making herself trying to respect you because there are things that's going on with you that's hindering her from respecting you. Let's talk about it. Respect.
That's when it's hard to respect a person when they don't care about their integrity. If they're not concerned about their own reputation, it falls back. How can I respect you when you don't even care about any righteous actions yourself?
That's right.
You don't care about your integrity, it's going to be hard for me to respect you.
Very
Somebody going out doing anything, slapping, spitting, just coming in church cursing and this and that. It's hard for me to respect you when you disrespected and you don't even care about your own reputation. You don't even care how you are even perceived by others.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, very. I mean, how can you? How can you? If you don't care about your own integrity, how can I? How can I? And it goes both ways, not just men now, women as well. You don't care about your own integrity, how you're carrying yourself. It's hard, very, very difficult to respect your mate. Number 4, self-worth. A feeling that you are a good person who deserves to be treated with respect. Self-worth. In other words, self-esteem. You feel good about yourself as a person. You feel good about yourself as a husband, as a wife. How can you feel good about yourself when you're constantly reneging on what you say? How can you feel good about yourself when you constantly renege on? Now, the person that really don't care, they can renege all day long. Yeah, if they really don't care. But the person that does care, about there you go.
The
About
only reason that person is putting them sticky notes on the computer because it's her integrity that she is Shantae's integrity.
that's it.
That she's
she
concerned
can't.
about.
There you go. There you
That's the
go.
only reason why she's forcing herself.
That's right. That's a good example.
Yeah.
That's a good example. She wants it. She wants things to get better. She wants it. And eventually, those sticky notes, she won't need them anymore. Eventually, she won't need them anymore. Ray sees how hard and can hear how hard Shantae is working at. Ray, I just want a little respect. I just want a little respect. So Ray may not deserve the respect that he wants, but Shantae said, I got to preserve mine. Like you just said, my integrity. So whatever I need to do to give him that respect, I'm going to do it. Eventually, those actions, all the sticky notes and all of this stuff that she's doing, eventually her conduct, ain't that what the word says? Her conduct will win him over. Her conduct, what she's doing. That's scripture. That's scripture. All right. So how can you feel good about yourself when you're constantly reneging on what you say? Self-worth. How do you feel about yourself? How do you feel about yourself in your marriage? How do you value yourself? You must value yourself enough to be men and women of integrity. Value yourself enough to be men and women. You know, basically, that's all I got really is my name. My name is very important to me. It is. I got to say that. It's very important to me. Your name should be very, very important to you. If I tell you that I'm going to be somewhere, if I'm about to do something, and if I say I'm going to be there and I'm going to do it, I'm going to be there and I'm going to do it. Now, if something comes up due to no fault of my own or something like that, of course, I got to make a phone call and follow the protocol. But aside from all of that, David, if I say I'm going to be at your church to teach a class at such and such time, I'm going to be there at that time because my integrity, my name, I value that a whole lot. I value that a whole lot. And when we, as couples, value our own integrity, value ourselves as a husband, as a wife, this and that gonna be an agreement. This and that's gonna be working out. It's gonna work out. Your self-worth. And finally, anybody got anything before we go to the last one?
Real quick, you think that's wrong with a lot of our young men nowadays? They don't value themselves with all this stuff going on. That they're not concerned about their name, or they're trying to get some type of negative reputation. They get us a positive reputation. They just don't value themselves.
You know, Pastor, the word said that there will come a day where people will call good evil and evil good. our young people have got it twisted, got it flipped. It's like it's cool to be dumb. It's cool to not carry, well, I don't know if they carry books like we used to back in the day. A lot of them have laptops and iPads and all that now, but some still carry books. Well, hide the books because they don't want to be construed as one of the smart kids. They got it flipped. So what your question was about, their value system would rather fit in with what they consider to be the popular group, the cool kids. Now, you running over here got straight A's, you handling your business, but because the cool kids, the popular kids, don't want to have nothing to do with you, you dumb down. I see. You dumb down, don't want them to see you with your books and all this. Will intentionally make a low grade. I done seen it. Intentionally make a low grade because trying to fit in to a system that they just there's no, like you said, there's no value there. There's no. But why? Why is that? That's problem number one. Peer pressure. Yeah. Our kids, it is so true. It is so true. Don't value yourself enough. And I'm going to say this, and then I promise we're going to go and close it out. Our young people, and sometimes not just young people, we look at where we are right now and not consider 5 years from now. Not consider 10 years from now. And when that happens, you limit yourself. You only thinking about today. I tell J-Man all the time, son, you ain't gonna always be 15. I tell him that all the time. You're not gonna always be 15. What you're doing at 15 ain't gonna be working when you're 20. It ain't gonna work. You cannot have the same mentality at 15 when you're 20. They don't go together. So you at 15, at 30, at 35, at 40, at 45. As long as there's breath in your body, you still have opportunity to progress. But you cannot look at where you are right now and think that that's it. This is just how it's going to be. And a lot of our young people don't consider that. Like, hey, I'm 15, I'm 16, I'm 17, I'm 20, I'm real young. I got my whole life ahead of me. Do you?
Right.
Do you? But that's the mentality. That's the mentality. So they've got to, and we've got to look beyond where we are right now. Personal power. Behaving in ways we value. In other words, to thine own self be true. That's William Shakespeare. To thine own self be true. Stop saying yes to everything when you know you can't do everything. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Listen to what I'm saying. You know you got your plate full. Your plate is just running over. But you pick up 2 and 3 other projects. You see, we don't want to disappoint anybody, but you're killing yourself in the process. Know your value, your worth. You need rest too. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Now you know you ain't had no sleep. You're running on fumes. I would respect you more when you tell me, Padway, I ain't gonna be able to do it this time. Hey, get with me next time. Then for you to come and do me a half job, but don't even show up at all. Yeah, right. Don't even show up at all because your plate is so full. Plate is so full. Now, when I say this, let me clarify. We sacrifice. Nothing wrong with sacrificing. What I'm talking about is when you get to the point where you say yes to so much stuff and it becomes such a daunting task until you begin cussing. You begin cussing because you know you've taken on too much. You may not say it out loud, but in your mind, you probably just all up in your head. I mean, just saying all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff because you couldn't say it. your value, your personal power. Behaving in ways we value. To thine own self, be true to yourself. That's it. Just be true. If you can't do thus and so, you just can't do such and so. Get me next time. If you can't do it, don't do the job because you have studied. You got to teach. You got to teach the kids, or you got to teach these new hires that you done hired. But you have studied. Now you ill-equipped, and you're trying to teach and stand in front of new hires or people at church or whatever the case may be, because your plate was so full that you say, hey, let me do it next time. I ain't gonna be able to fit it in this time because I don't want to do an injustice to nobody. Don't want to do that. I would rather sit down and be quiet and close my mouth before I stand up and be just feed you just any old kind of thing because I wasn't prepared. Amen. Hey, any questions, any comments?